guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is me, Caitlin Marie, and I'm here with another video. So I am going to be doing basically a movie review on Orphan First Kill. So basically, if you have not seen it, you should. It is on Paramount Plus, and it is a prequel to Orphan. And I'm just basically going to talk about it. There are going to be spoilers, so if you have not watched it, then you should probably leave, watch it, and then come back. But yeah, so social medias are right here, and let's just get started.
What is he doing here?
We found your daughter. She's alive.
Be prepared for changes. We have a child therapist that she'll be working with.
4 years is a long time. What she needs right now is her family.
Esther? Sweetheart, it's Mommy. Welcome home, Esther. We left it just as it was.
It's lovely to be back. I miss my family very much.
Our goal here is helping Esther acclimate back into life within the family unit.
Sorry.
I think something's going on with Esther.
Is there anything you want to tell me about your time away?
How's that possible? 4 years ago, she was still drawing stick figures.
Esther's behavior has been so erratic.
Hello, Mommy. Thank you, Mommy. I know, Mommy.
I did notice some inconsistencies.
What are you getting at?
To me, it felt like a performance.
If you're not Esther, who are you?
You gotta give.
Mommy, I made it for you.
Take a little. And let your poor heart break a little. That's the story of it. The story of it. The story of it. The story of it.
The mother protects her family. No matter what.
That's the story of it. That's the glory of love.
Okay, so basically it's about Esther, or Lena, and after successfully escaping a planetarium in Estonia, she impersonates the missing daughter of a wealthy family and goes to America, and then they have like a whole like fight thing, or not a fight thing, but like you know, like mom and like her like pit against each other. So basically that is the summary. I don't know what I was expecting with this movie. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did. Like I wasn't even expecting to like Orphan, but I did like this one way better than I did with Orphan. And fun fact, they were actually originally going to name it Esther. So I think that was cool. How they did that. I don't know if I would have liked Esther better or Orphan First Kill. I should probably do like a poll on Instagram. Like that'd be cool. But yeah. So, and also another fun fact, since the actor Isabella, I think her name is Isabella, it's like 13 years later, so like she is like 23 now. So to make her look younger, all the actors were like really high stilts or boots or whatever, so like she would look shorter to them. And a lot of people like criticized it just because she's supposed to be like, because she was like 11 in the first movie, and this is like 2 years before the first movie, so she'd be like 9 in this one. And I should have got like a young actor, but I think this is honestly really good just because it has like Isabella is now able to play like an adult woman, so it's like an adult playing an adult woman, what's the word, pretending to be young. So like especially like when she like seduces the father and does all that stuff, like it was a little uncomfortable because like she originally was like really young in the first movie, but now that she's older it's not as uncomfortable. So I really like how they did that. And I think Isabella just was so good in this movie, and I would love to see her in more movies. Like, I don't know if she's in anything else, but I really did like her acting. I really liked her. I think she did really good, or they did really good of making her look young with what they had and everything. So I really liked that. I liked in the beginning how it goes like the penetalian, whatever, I can't say it right, and it like shows like the person's on how to help with art and make her do art, and like it just kind of shows how good she is at drawing, because like in the Orphan she is like a really good artist in it. So I like how it did that, and then like it shows her escaping. I liked how I didn't spend like a whole like hour on her escaping. I like how I think it was only like 20 minutes, maybe less. So I really liked that. I thought it was so cool, like how like they like her name, oh my gosh, her name is Lena, and how they talk about like, even though she looks like a kid, she's an adult and you should treat her like an adult. And the fact that like she has like a hormone disease that like makes her like not grow up. So I think that's just really cool, and how they like dig into that. And then when she goes to like the house when she escapes, and she's like looking at like children of who she's gonna impersonate, and she sees Esther, I really liked that and how they did that. Just because in Orphan people were like confused if she was from Estonia, how did she come to America, because she's faking being Esther. So this kind of showed it, because she ended up portraying a missing child from a wealthy family. I really like that. I like the actor who played the mom, Trisha, and I like the boy. I think his name was Gunnar, and he was so hot. I was like, oh my god, he's so hot, but he was such a jerk. So it like took away from him being hot, and I was just like, I'm done with him. But I liked how I did that, and a lot of it like makes sense, because like it has like, you have to know the twist of her not being like an actual 9-year-old girl, but they make like another twist, which I think is really cool and everything. So yeah, the beginning was a little bit predictable, just because like I kind of guessed that she was gonna be in like the trunk, and that when then one, I think her name's Anna, I didn't see her there, that she was gonna be in the house. So that was predictable, and like the ending was a little bit predictable, because like you did know from Orphan that the whole house catches on fire. So of course you know like the house catches on fire or something like that. So I don't know how I feel about that, like knowing they all die, but then it was cool like seeing it kind of portrayed and how it ended up working. And at the end when it had like the fire, that was like really cool. I liked how it showed like those lights that flicker on and off, like how they do it in Orphan, and how they kind of showed it. So I thought that was just really cool, and then get like more backstory. But then we end up finding this detective who basically ends up finding out that Esther is not a match to Esther, or Lena isn't a match to Esther. But then of course like Esther is there, and then she ends up like attacking him. But then this twist happens, is that the mom actually shot him and was like into it. And we actually didn't learn is that Esther never actually went missing. Gunnar accidentally killed her, and they like made it look like she went missing. So, and like the father was like all upset, and then of course since she was back it was like better. And there was like this whole sex scene, but it wasn't like bad, like there wasn't a lot in it, so it wasn't like I had to look away or anything. And I love like the painting scenes, and it's just, it was so cool how they did that. Also the house is like beautiful, like they had like this really beautiful room, and like the bathroom was like 10 times more beautiful. Like oh my gosh, like I really thought her bathroom was also her room. And also in the beginning when she's like in the penetration whatever, she ends up like seducing this one man, and like they're about to like do something, and I feel like that definitely makes me feel a lot better that she was an adult, because it would have felt really weird, like any more like uncomfortable if she was a little kid doing that. And it's how she got those little like choker things and everything to cover them. I was kind of hoping it would show that stuff, so I was talking about it, and it would have like, I don't know, because that would have been like really cool to see that. And when it talks about like how she got into the penetration, like what she did to the boy, I would have loved if they would have seen that and everything. And I would love to see like a prequel kind of like of her in there and all like the stuff she does. Like I don't know how fun that, like how like interesting that would be, but I would love to see like where she's like her like actual life, like with her first family, because clearly like Orphan, like she dies in like the Orphan movie, so like they can't make a sequel to it. But I would love to see her with like the first family that brings her into the penitentiary. So that would be like really cool. They do that. So they should, you know, do that. Also, so basically, the mom tells Gunnar about it, and I hate how they kind of like make fun of her for her disease. Like it kind of makes me like sympathize. Like it's not her fault she has a disease to make her look like a dwarf, and it's really sad watching it. Honestly, and it's like you don't know who to root for. Like you're usually supposed to like root for the family, but they kill their daughter, and like they're like up against Lena, and like I feel like the house when it had burned down, mom didn't try to kill her. You know, like I feel like it was kind of like the family's fault that they died because of like the whole thing, and then they ended up like fighting, and then it was, you know, they had her like they had her like, what's the word, like held up, and she was gonna use like her monster to make her like hurt herself and everything. But I like how like I didn't really show that, just because like I don't like how they would have done like suicide or showing it. And of course you knew that like she lived because of like it's a prequel, but I still really liked it. I liked how even like when she was supposed to act older, she did like look like, of course she looked young, but she also like looked older, and it was like easier to not be like disturbed when she like seduced the dad or seduced anyone, because she was like actually older and not like a 9-year-old playing the part. But Teresa, like they both like kind of like are like holding on to it, but like Teresa like falls off, and of course Esther does. But then what happens, this is like really weird, but like the dad like grabs her face like this and like gets like her dentures out, and he's like, "What are you, you monster?" And he's like backing up, and like she tries like to push him to get him off of her, but she accidentally like makes him fall. So like kind of like both like they die, and she like walks out and everything. It's just like the way she walks out, I don't know, it's like she acted all happy, and like the firefighters when they saw it, I don't understand why they weren't like a little suspicious or anything, just because of like the way she acted when she walked out of the burning house and everyone was dead. There's a scene with the rat. It's not bad. It's just the mom tried to like poison her food, but she ended up giving it to the rat instead, and it died. And then she put the dead rat in the mom's drink, and I thought that was disgusting. But like it wasn't like bad or anything. But I really did enjoy this movie. I like how it wasn't like 2 hours. It was like an hour and 30 something minutes. I would put it on again. Like I would watch it again. Anything. Like it was such a great movie. I gave it a 9 out of 10 and then a 4.5 stars out of 5. So I really did like it. But you guys, like, if you haven't watched it, which if you watch this video and haven't watched it, that's kind of weird. But like, you should watch it. I loved it. It definitely took me by surprise with how they did it, and I was like, what the heck? But at the same time, it wasn't like overdone, and I still really liked it. Like, yeah, some parts were predictable, but I mean, it still did great. I liked all the actors. I like how they had like the fencing scene like in the beginning, and the detective, I kind of felt bad for him just because he like knew like something was off and everything, and it did kind of like show that scene in the trailer, but then like it didn't show the mom turning on him too. So I like that, like how like the trailer didn't really show everything. So I think it's a great movie, and I'd love to see a prequel to the prequel of her like with the first family and how she does it, just because that would have been like awesome to see that. But yeah, I hope you like my video, and I do have a Letterboxd, so you guys should follow it. I'll put it like right here. But yeah, also if you watched my horror movies coming out trailer and I said that Terrifier 2 was like to be determined, it actually, the trailer Terrifier 2 just came out today, and it is supposed to be released October 6th. So I'm like really excited for it. I will be doing a whole review on it once I watch it. So yeah, I just thought I should update you guys. Hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you next week.